Risky behavior.
Yo. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to Risky Behavior. I am your host, Mr. Diabolical himself. As you come into the room, please smash that like button, put me in the algorithm. It is most appreciated. Here at Risky Behavior, we focus on human behavior. You know, the things that people do, the things that people say, the way they interact with each other. And an important thing I want y'all to know is that here on my channel, I do not call people good or bad. I hate doing that because good and bad is subjective. What may be good to some people may be bad to others. Things that you might consider to be bad, other people go, oh, it's not that bad. Instead, if you look at life and in the grand scheme of things, I think the words that I like to use that fits everything better to me personally is order and chaos. And the way you behave, the people you interact with, the people you allow to be in your life, your choices, your decisions, they can either create for you order or chaos in your life. And that's what I like to focus on in my channel. Today's risky behavior that I will be talking about is, if you're reading the title, Stop Crying Wolf with the Race Card. So today I'm gonna be talking about people who cry wolf and why you should not do that, especially when it comes to the race card. We got serious issues, people that really need help, people that really need the attention. And like the story of the little boy who cried wolf, you do it enough and people will stop listening to you and they'll stop taking you seriously. I recently did a story about a young lady. She was pulled over. She had a suspended license. She was just going to get a ticket. She decided, because the police officer said, well, because your license is suspended, we have to tow the car. This young lady decided to move her car in the middle of a police stop into a parking space to prevent, I guess she felt like, if I park it, how people say, hey, if you park your car forward facing in a parking spot, they won't be able to tow the vehicle. So she felt like, hey, if I park my car this way, they won't be able to tow the vehicle. Because of this, the officer said, well, hey, now we got to arrest you. While she was being arrested, she made comments saying, well, hey, you're only doing this because I'm black, because the officer happened to be a white woman. And I said, oh man, why did she do that? She's hollering, she's pulling out the race card for no reason. She's obviously wrong. And instead of just taking accountability, she's going to play the race card. And I'm against that, because I have I have two or three examples of why it's important to not cry wolf when it comes to the race card. Because I got three different situations where the race card, where there's actual racial discrimination. And so when you pull out the race card and holler racial discrimination for no reason, and you cry wolf, you take away from those actual victims. It's a slap in their face. Yo, what's up, Marcus Banks? How you doing tonight? It's good to see you, brother. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to you. Let's see. Now, this first example I'm going to show is going to be it's going to be a little example of crying wolf. You're going to have a young lady. She's drunk in public, acting belligerent. She goes to a restaurant bar to order food. The people don't like the way she's acting. They ask for her to leave. She doesn't want to leave. The cop shows up and she says this is only happening because she's black and she's a woman. So she's saying, well, y'all only doing this because I'm black and I'm gay, which I don't know how anybody would know she was gay. They might assume it, but that's not how the police was called on her.
On December 24th, 2021, officers responded to a local establishment for a call of a disorderly customer. When officers arrived on scene, the suspect was visibly intoxicated and immediately belligerent with officers.
And she offers everyone. Everyone.
She what?
Be gentle to everyone.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, how are you?
I don't want to do that, bro.
Miss. Step outside. Step outside. Step outside. Make it clean. Step outside. Step out.
Okay, so an officer addresses her. He says, "Miss." He's saying, "Step outside." And she's already trying to be disobedient and act like she don't know what's going on. Act like she don't know the people asked her to leave.
Outside right now.
Pulls out the phone as if to say, "F you." See?
I'm waiting for my food.
Step outside right now. Step outside right now. Let's talk. You can get all that information. Step outside. You want to take a selfie? Come on, let's take a selfie. Turn it around. All right, now step outside.
All right, let's go.
Step outside.
So like the lady hands the officer the food that she had ordered because of course they don't want her coming back in there to get it.
What's going on?
I've already paid for my food.
Step outside here.
Where else?
Step outside right here. Step outside. Make it clean. Step right here. What's your name? You came in with us? Take a turn around. You came in with this? You came in with this.
Oh, my bad. So that wasn't her food. I forget she had a bottle of liquor already have drank. So she's been drinking already.
Yes, they say. Let me get your ID.
What's mine?
Let me get your ID.
You want my ID?
Stay right there. What's going on? Why are we here?
You have my ID?
Why are we here?
Why are you putting my ID inside of your pocket?
Why are we here?
Why are you putting I'm over the age. I'm 21. I'm 21.
What are you doing inside? What were you doing inside?
I'm ordering my food. I'm ordering my food. Did I what? I'm ordering my food. Why are you putting? Why? Yeah, he asked me a question. He asked me a question exactly. He asked me a question exactly. Why what? Why is he taking my ID and putting it inside of his pocket and not researching it? Why is that? Give me my ID back. Give me my bottle back because I'm over the age. I'm 21 years old. I'm about to be 22 years old. I am the age that I am supposed to be drinking. I'm not acting like, ooh. Well, guess what? It's the fucking Christmas Eve and I don't have shit right now. So I'm
to be fair, the music isn't making the situation even better. It's kind of irritating me, and it might be irritating them, and they don't know. It's some like subconscious level intensifying the situation. Also, shout out to Crime Time Cam where I got this video from. I hope it's okay that I'm playing this video because I didn't think about the music playing in the background.
may not be acting like it, but I'm gonna make sure I get home and be able to get home under the influence. Well, who is the person that what? Uber is. That's who it is. Uber is. What do you mean? Uber is. That's who it is. Uber is. What do you mean? So give me my bottle back and give me my ID back. And if not, I will send this all over one of you, and you guys can.
How many times did they ask you to leave?
How many times?
Damn, she drunk as shit. Shout out to Marcus Banks says women and their phones have caused more problems than there need to be. I agree. It's always their phone is out every time. Every time for what? To capture them getting jacked up by the police?
None. None.
What happened inside tonight?
I asked them for my food, and I guess because I'm gay and African American female, that they discriminated against me because they are Mexicans and maybe they have some illegal things going on behind there and they don't like me. So therefore, they try to. I'm supposed to already have my.
So at the same time, so she pulls out the race card and the what's it, the sexuality card, and says, well, oh, it's because I'm black and because I'm gay. And I very seriously doubt those people was worried about her being black or gay. And then she proceeds to be racist and say, well, they're Mexican and they must have some illegal people up in there, and that's why they're acting like this, you know, because her going in there somehow is going to throw off the illegal operations that they have going on in their restaurant. She's freaking ridiculous.
I'm supposed to already be gone. I already requested my Uber and my ride home. I already requested my Uber and my ride home. I've already paid.
Yep. So let me get famous. Yep. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've already requested my food, my Uber, and my ride home.
We'll be right back. We're gonna get you some.
She doesn't know what's going on because you know why? The people that's mad in there, that's probably illegal or yeah. I don't have time for that.
So everybody else inside of the store is illegal as well. Is that what you're saying? Because they were saying that you were being rude and disruptive. That's why we were here.
No,
stop. That had nothing to do about your sexuality, what status you were. It was because you were rude and being a belligerent and holding on to this. That's why we're here. You said this is yours, right?
As a matter of fact,
is that yours?
As a matter of fact, I had that in my pocket.
But this is yours, right?
It may be mine, but you can
said
pull it out.
You said it was yours.
Pull it out and see how much has been drinking.
And I can tell by your slurred speech.
No, my speech is not slurred. You may be disoriented because of the music that's going on.
Okay, well, I got your ID. You ain't going anywhere. You stay right there. I'm not giving you anything. You take another step, I'm going to arrest you. You stay right there.
I told you, she said she might be disoriented because the music going on. And there she might have a point because I'm a little disoriented by that music going on. It's like some chanting going on in the background, making you want. It's like it's making her get angry and angry and angry. So you got a point with that one.
Yeah.
Sir, you're gonna give me my ID.
You're gonna stay right there.
Sir, okay, what's your badge number?
I'll tell you what. We're gonna make this turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
What am I doing?
Don't do it.
See, I'm not doing it.
Don't do it.
See, Stop. Okay.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
Sorry.
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Come around this side here. Turn around. Turn around. Come on. Put it on the floor. Put it on the ground.
I don't.
All right, go for it. Taser. Hey. Easy. Easy. I don't care. Get him. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Get it. Go back in. Go back inside. Go back inside.
Now I'm recording because you're not going to fucking stop me.
Stop. 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 That one. Yeah. All right. Stop. Stop. I got it. I got it. Trying to get the other one. I got it.
Can y'all chill, please? Okay. Chill out.
Not gonna happen. Put it out. Fucking ground. This is fucking going on here.
Okay.
Get down. Get down. On the ground. Get down. Go on the ground.
Well, what are
you going to jail?
For what?
Hold on, girl.
Guys. For public what?
Get down.
For public what?
Get down. Get down. Get down.
For public what?
Get down.
For public what? I'm not driving. I do not have I'm not driving. I'm alone by myself.
Get down.
Here.
Get down.
You want her drive son? Lay down. Okay.
I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. Get down. Get down. Get down. 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 Get down. Hey, put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
Oh my God.
Put it back.
It's getting to it's just embarrassing at this point. Shout out to Mr. Marcus Banks, says she is just entirely too drunk. She sound like I hate a drunk cry, and that's what she's doing, that drunk. I hate it. Taser her already.
Put it down.
Anything wrong?
Put it down. Put that behind your back.
They're gonna tase me. Oh my gosh, I'm not resisting.
Put it behind your back. Put your arms behind your back.
They're trying to tase me.
Oh my God, just taser her.
Put it behind you. Get back. Get back. Get down. Move. Taser. Get on the back. Put it behind your back. Put it behind your back. There you go.
So you can leave, number one.
Here, I got this right here. You're still doing too much fucking trying to be quiet. Trying to do what I'm standing up.
I'll wait for the thing.
Where? Tell Ken right here. All right, let's get her.
Excuse me? That's my car.
You know what?
No. Excuse me?
Hang on.
If you hear the people in the background, they'll go, "Oh, it took 3 of them." No, it did not take 3 of them, right? Because you'll get mad when people use excessive force. No, it does take 3 people to take someone down safely. Any one of those men could have taken her down by themselves, but it would have required body slam, chokehold. Let me use my full strength. But I don't have to be excessive, and I don't have to hurt you if I have 2 other people here to kind of control you in your arms and try to get you down safely. And I got some more videos. I'm going to show you how they really want to take you down when they really that's not no racial situation. They want to act like, oh, it's because she's a woman, because she's black, because she's gay, which has nothing to do with anything. She's obviously drunk and she's out of her mind. Go ahead, get the handcuffs and let them take you down there and sleep it off.
Like this?
Stop. Come on. Stop. Come on. Stop it.
Can you please come back up? Please.
Stop.
Please.
Stop.
No, because you're not about to take me.
Stop.
You know, legally.
Stop.
You can do so.
Stop.
Girl, you going
How
to
many
jail.
times have you been told you're under arrest? Get inside the car. Stop.
I haven't been told anything.
I'm about to.
I haven't been told
I got this
anything.
arm. Look, hey,
I haven't been
come
told
under this
anything.
arm here with that arm.
I haven't been told
There you go.
anything. I haven't been told anything. I'm under arrest. And when I'm under arrest,
Come on.
I
Hey
haven't
there.
been told.
Yo, man, what's up? S. Johnson, nice to see you, brother. Yeah, you said, S. Johnson says, my man, why don't people just comply? Only adding more charges by resisting. Exactly. If a cop hurts their wrist, breaks a finger, that charge is against you. And I like that you just said that, because in the next video I'm about to show, it's going to actually show this guy just falsely being arrested, being attacked, and it has a racial component to it. And the guy and the cop hurts himself and he blames it on the guy, even though I don't want to give it away. Y'all just got to see it. It's coming up right after that. Right after this. Shout out Marcus Banks says, okay, I see your point about 3 of them trying to take her down safely. Yeah, it's always better, and that's how you get someone down safely. Anybody could take somebody, like, seriously, you or I could take her down, no problem, no issue. But we're going to use excessive force. Okay, we're going to punch her. She might get punched in the face, knee, choked, like really body slam. Like those guys could easily take her down. Them ain't no little small guys. S. Johnson says, I'm not saying the cop is even right. Resisting will always make it worse. Court is where you argue your side. Oh, yeah, no. I definitely know what you're saying. You never hold court in the street. Even if they're wrong, let them be wrong and handle it later. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next video. That was just an example of somebody crying wolf, trying to act like what's going on with them is something other than what it is. This is why you shouldn't cry wolf, because this video I'm about to play right now is a serious situation.
Hey, buddy, stop where you're at. Just seconds after making contact. Let's see.
What the hell happened? There we go.
Hey, buddy, stop where you're at. Just seconds after making contact. Let's see. Phoenix police officers scuffling with, then forcing Tyrone McAlpin to the ground.
My bad. It was running a little slow, y'all.
Hey, buddy, stop where you're at. Just seconds after making contact. Let's see. Phoenix police officers scuffling with, then forcing Tyrone McAlpin to the ground. McAlpin, who is deaf and has cerebral palsy, appearing confused. Get your hands behind your back. As officers shout commands. In this body cam footage from August 19th, provided by his attorney. Officers repeatedly punching McAlpin's head, then tasering him 4 separate times.
Now, I know when you first watched this video, you're like, oh, it must be more to it. There is more to it, but not on the black man's side. The cop actually, that's how the cop first encountered him. Literally pulls up his car. I'm surprised he was able to get the car in park, just jumps out and starts hitting this man.
Officers Benjamin Harris and Kyle Sue were responding to a call of an altercation at the Circle K convenience store, according to police reports provided by McAlpin's attorney. The caller reportedly indicated the aggressor was a white male who refused to leave the store. And when officers questioned that man on scene, they say he accused McAlpin of trying to steal his bike and punching him.
We're saying that's the guy that's right there.
In response, officers rushed to detain McAlpin. But his lawyer tells NBC News both policemen failed to use due diligence.
At no point do you believe that proper police protocol was followed here?
That's correct. The reason for the contact with Tyrone McAlpin is supposed to be just to investigate what happened at the Circle K. What Officer Harris does instead is he doesn't activate his lights. He leaps out of the car, and when you watch his body camera, you see his hands going forward, outstretched, grabbing Tyrone. All he had to do was step out of the vehicle and give Tyrone a chance to respond to him.
It's not clear that the officers knew McAlpin was deaf when he was first approached. His wife, arriving moments after the confrontation, trying to explain her husband's situation.
What kind of disabilities do you have?
He's deaf and he's got cerebral palsy.
Saying she was FaceTiming with McAlpin before police moved in, using sign language to communicate.
How is he deaf if you've been on the phone?
Because I know sign language, that's why.
Officers at one point even threatening to detain her.
Ma'am, over there on the sidewalk, or you're going to go to jail.
McAlpin's been charged with 3 felonies, 2 counts of aggravated assault on the arresting officers, and 1 count of resisting arrest. The 2 officers both reporting injuries.
Broke my hand. Oh! Did he bite you? Yeah.
In response to questions about officers' actions, Phoenix police said in part The incident is the subject of an ongoing internal investigation.
Also, okay, so one officer, it looks like he really did break his hand, but you got the other officer saying that he was bit. But I'm going to show another video when they're in court and they're trying to find the point in which he was bit, and the point in which he says he was bit was actually the point in which he had his arm around his neck and had him in a chokehold. And right there in court, he was allowed to lie and say that he didn't actually have him in a chokehold. But this is what I mean about crying wolf, because see, this here is a real situation. These cops were called to the scene because of this white guy causing problems. They went up to the actual suspect, the person that's in the report written that they're supposed to come there and address. He points a finger and they just go, oh, okay, cool. The cop pulls up in the car, yells out to the window to a deaf guy who's really not paying attention. It happens so quick, and he just jumps out, starts tussling them.
The Maricopa County attorney now reviewing the charges against McAlpin, saying in part, I believe this case merits additional scrutiny.
Tyrone spent 24 days in jail as a result of these charges before he could make bail. And he and his wife have a 6-month-old son. He's afraid to go outside. He's afraid to walk the streets in his neighborhood. And no American citizen should ever have to feel that way because of the actions of police.
And tonight, regarding those two police officers in question, Phoenix PD staying tight-lipped about their current status, not sharing whether they've been placed on administrative leave or if they're continuing to work patrols. And some important context here, Tom, is that Phoenix Police Department is just a few months removed from the results of a Department of Justice investigation. This lasted 3 years. It was released back in June. And what it found were several concerning things. Number one being that communities of color were disproportionately targeted. It also found several examples of excessive uses of force. In response to that report, the city of Phoenix acknowledged that it needs to take measures recommended by the DOJ, and it has promised a greater level of accountability as well.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
So as I said, even the city of Phoenix admitted that there's an issue and the problem there. And that's why I said about crying wolf, it takes away from these real issues. And that but S. Johnson, you see though, that goes back to it goes back to what you said, right? Because even in a situation where you're innocent and they just jump out and beat you up, they get hurt, they gonna charge you with resisting arrest. This guy is deaf, just walking, has no idea what's going on. He's not running, he's not fleeing the scene. That officer could have easily just pulled up in the parking lot, turned his lights on, got his attention. Instead, he just pulls up, jumps out like anybody. Your natural human response is going to be to fight. It is every time. Next here, let's see, where is it at? I'm gonna play what the lawyer said.
We begin tonight with the latest.
Yep. Yo, what's up? Marcus Banks says they are wrong all the way around. The police officers will get away with it. Yeah, they're totally wrong. Like, they should be ashamed of themselves. I don't even know how you, as a human being, go home and sleep at night after doing that to somebody, and they do this all the time. Honestly, they do this to men, women, white, black, anybody, man. They just be doing this to people, beating people up, messing their life up. And then when they're found out to be wrong, it's like, oops, my bad. And that's just when they apologize. Most of the time, they don't even apologize. They just find a way to get out of it. That's why they're going to stick you with them charges. Even when they're wrong, they're going to cover their own behinds by just sticking you with a charge anyway. Shout out S. Johnson says, you are better off not answering any questions and letting them do what they are going to do without fighting back in any way. Recording the interaction on your phone is a good idea too. That's it. That's my best thing is be quiet. Don't say anything because they will use anything you do. Oh, he resisted. Oh, he made a threat. They run up and attack you, punch you, break their finger and go, oh, he assaulted his face, his jaw assaulted my finger. Like, don't give him anything. Don't give him anything to work with.
On the arrest of a deaf man with cerebral palsy who was seized by Phoenix police back in August.
It's a story that's making national headlines, and the incident is currently under investigation by multiple agencies overseeing police conduct. Fox 10's Nicole Christine joins us live with the next steps in this case.
Well, good afternoon, John and Christina. This is a very complicated case. Tyrone McAlpin's lawyer, Jesse Showalter, says when he saw the body cam footage from this arrest, he was shocked. He says he thinks there's a lot more evidence that is going to come out that is now in the city's possession that will shed more light on this incident. But overall, he said what he's worried about right now is getting Tyrone's charges dropped.
These officers went wrong from the moment that Officer Harris got out of the car.
Hey, buddy, stop where you're at.
You watch the video, what you see is that his arms are reaching out and he's assaulting Tyrone from the moment the encounter begins. The number of times that these two officers are striking Tyrone in the head is extreme and it's outrageous and it's something that we thought was a thing of the past.
According to police documents, the August 19th encounter began after officers reported to Indian School Road and 12th Street for reports of a fight, a claim that later turned out to be unfounded. The officers...
You hear that? The whole time, that other guy, the white gentleman, he was lying to the police. The whole time, they just ran off and jumped on somebody. And this guy is deaf, but he's also cerebral, has cerebral palsy. His may not be an intense. I had a friend that had cerebral palsy and they were wheelchair bound. So we don't know the extent of that. But here's the thing. You don't know anybody's health conditions. So you falsely just run and jump on somebody when you could have just walked up and talked to him because the guy wasn't acting crazy or anything. He's walking casually. And you be wrong, and the person have to live the rest of their life with the injuries you caused to them. You just go on about your life. You don't care. You just sleep like a baby, whatever. You don't, and they just don't give a damn.
Both reported injuries, leading to felony charges against Tyrone McAlpin of aggravated assault against an officer. Calls to drop those charges now coming in from different organizations and politicians, while interim police chief Michael Sullivan released a statement Wednesday evening, which says in part, quote, the Professional Standard Bureau launched an internal investigation into this incident. Their work is important to ensure all facts are known before drawing any conclusions. I ask for the public's patience during that process.
It's very odd to ask for people to be patient when the justice system's not patient with Tyrone and he's facing these serious charges that are wholly unwarranted and should be dropped.
Showalter says McAlpin's family is overwhelmed by the situation and that it has altered Tyrone's trust in law enforcement.
He has to continue to live in this community knowing that, that he's not safe from police on the streets.
Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, hear the officer's testimony in court about the encounter, as well as the training that they say they've received when it comes to people with disabilities.
They ain't received no damn. They probably slept during that class, judging from what I've seen. We received training. What was the training? Pull up and beat a person with a disability. That's the training you got. Show up and whoop their ass. Think about how jacked up that is. You deaf, got cerebral palsy. Somebody hop out on you and tase you. How easy was it for that man to point his finger at that other man, at the black man, and just say, "Oh, it was him. He's the suspect." They came up there and was given a description. White man. They went to the white man, and the white man said, "Nah, who you really want to arrest is that black guy over there. And they said, okay. Come on. You got to laugh to keep from crying. You really, really do. Let's see. As Johnson says, qualified immunity and investigating themselves, two biggest blunders of law enforcement. Exactly. And they just sweep it under the rug. Just like they said in the news report, they just got done being investigated and found reports of excessive force and wrongdoings. And they, well, we'll work on it. We're going to do some more training. Hey, that's the world we live in. Marcus Banks, you are absolutely correct. S. Johnson says, yep, we need change. I'm telling you, it's sad. Oh, I got them sitting in court. Oh my goodness. The fact that they can just sit in court with a straight face and lie the way that they do is ridiculous.
But first,
here we go. Let's pull it up. Pow. I ain't never seen two bigger liars than these guys.
at 6, the NAACP, ACLU, several disability rights organizations, and multiple state leaders are all demanding action because of an ABC 15 investigation.
We exposed the video showing two Phoenix police officers immediately going after a deaf man with cerebral palsy, then repeatedly punching and tasering that man. Tonight, our investigation into this case continues.
You'll hear directly from the two main officers involved, but before we get to that, we again want to show body camera footage of this full incident, so consider this a warning. The video lasts about a minute. It is violent and it is difficult to watch.
Everybody stop where you're at. Let's see. Take him. Get your hands behind your back. 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 Hold them. Move. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Both your X-ray taser deploy more units. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. One more. Hand behind your back. More. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Now. Hand behind your back. Okay.
And that takes us to tonight's story. Phoenix says the arrest is now under internal investigation.
But that hasn't stopped those officers from going to court, making sure that man was officially charged with assault and resisting arrest. Here's ABC.
You see that? They did that to him and then have the audacity to go to church. And, why I say church? You know they didn't go to church. Go to court and say, and we still want you to have these felony charges because I broke my hand while I was beating your ass for no reason.
15, Chief Investigator Dave Biscobee.
We were in court for what's called a preliminary hearing. Basically, that's a hearing to decide if there's enough evidence for charges to go forward. And that means the two main officers had to take the stand under oath.
Since that day,
This is Officer Benjamin Harris, and this is Officer Kyle Sue. They're in court to testify against Tyrone McAlpin. He's deaf, he has cerebral palsy, and he's here for a judge to decide if there's probable cause for his arrest on August 19th, 2024.
Let's see.
So why did officers go after Tyrone? It's because a Circle K called about this guy. His name is Derek. And while Derek was being removed, he pointed at Tyrone walking across the street and claimed Tyrone had assaulted him.
And you didn't confirm Derek's story with any of the witnesses inside.
No. Dude, why don't you wait here for a minute?
Derek's story would end up being false, but in that moment, the officers decided to take Derek's word at face value, leave him, and go after Tyrone.
We already established that when you pulled into the parking lot and yelled at Tyrone, he didn't respond to you, correct?
Correct.
Did you check to see if he had headphones in?
I didn't notice.
Now, I also want y'all to keep in mind wait for the judge's ruling if this case should be thrown out. But I want you to pay attention how horrible these officers do during their testimonies. She said, "Did you corroborate anything with a witness?" And with a straight face, look at his little smug douchebag ass. Oh no! Watch this. How quickly he just pulls up, hops out, and gets to whooping ass.
And yelled at Tyrone, he didn't respond to you, correct?
Correct.
Did you check to see if he had headphones in?
I didn't notice.
Did you check to see if there was a reason why he couldn't hear you?
No.
Did you try to wave him down?
No.
During your initial interaction with Tyrone, you wrote that Tyrone raised his hands. Can you describe what that looked like?
Yeah, he raised them in a manner that appeared to me he was going to use them to punch me.
So he raised his hands like this?
No.
Can you demonstrate again, please?
Yeah, he raised them in a manner that appeared to be ready to strike me. So
he is a freaking liar. He raised his hands to brace for a hit. Now, when you pause the video right here, it looks like he has something somewhere in his ear. Right? And so I notice some people are going to try to point that out, but they forget there's different levels to being deaf. You might can hear something really, really, really up close to your ear, but you might not hear a cop yelling at you from a car window. And he didn't even say much to him. He only said one time, "Hey, you, stop." That's all he said. Then he hopped out the car and beat him up. He didn't repeat it, nothing.
What that communicated to me is I was about to get assaulted, not that someone was giving up.
Now, is it possible that Tyrone raised his hand to protect himself from your punches?
That's not what his body language communicated to me.
I'm asking you if it's possible. Are you saying it's not possible?
I don't know if it's possible. So just underneath my ring finger at that.
If you've noticed the cast on Officer Harris's hand, it's because he broke his finger arresting Tyrone. And at the end of his testimony, the prosecutor asked Officer Harris how all of this could have been avoided.
The defendant had just put his hands down or said, "I can't hear," or "I need to write," or something like that. What would you have done?
I would have had him sit down, made motions with my hands to have him sit down, and then I would have gotten a pen.
You wouldn't have
paper and pen out for him.
You wouldn't have.
Do you hear these idiots? You hear these, like, this is how evil they are. Like, I'm sorry, but like, say this was one of my family members and I saw them in court doing this, I would never talk to them again. If you were my friend and I caught you doing something like this to somebody, if this was your job, I would disassociate myself with you. I would never speak to you again. He just pulls the car up, jumps out, and beats this guy up and says somehow he had time to give him a "I'm deaf" signal. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I would have gave him a pen and paper. Come on, dog.
Punched him in the head and knocked him to the ground and tasered him?
No.
Now, let's get to the testimony from Officer Sue.
As I was going to pull in the park, I looked over and observed the defendant actively swing at Officer Harris, and then as I was putting my car in the park, I jumped out and ran over there.
Sue's body camera fell off, but during the arrest, he testified that Tyrone bit his hand.
Can you hold up your hand high so we can see, show the judge exactly, point where it was that he bit you?
Right there.
Okay.
There's no body camera footage that shows the bite. And here's what happened when Tyrone's attorneys asked the officer to go through the video.
Anywhere in there? Nope.
And stop at the moment when he says Tyrone bit him.
Right there.
The moment Officer Sue pinpointed is when the other officer's camera pans up and you can't see Tyrone. The defense asked Sue if it was possible that he cut or scraped his hand on Tyrone's mouth or the ground while choking him. But Officer Sue said no and denied using a chokehold.
Is that your arm?
You saw how hard he was pulling on that man's throat, choking him. He gonna lie and say to man, how many times, like anybody that's ever been in a fight in their life, sometimes if you punch somebody in the mouth, their teeth might cut you. And when they showed the mark on his arm, it didn't look like a bite mark. It looked like he hit it on his, maybe he hit it on his tooth or something and scraped it because he's pulling with force. Or when he was choking him, his arm is in between his throat and the concrete. It could have easily been a rock or something that could have cut his arm on the ground.
From there, directly around his throat?
The one on the bottom?
Yes.
That's my arm.
Okay. And that is around Tyrone throat, correct?
Looks too hard to tell.
So how is this not a chokehold?
When I think of a chokehold, I think of two arms from the same person.
In a bizarre moment, the prosecutor.
So he tries to act like we're stupid, like we don't know what a chokehold looks like. I want to pause for a minute to highlight, because I highlighted that he had the earbud in his ear. Marcus Banks says that is a vibrating enhancement of earbuds, so he's aware of vehicles and trains. Certain noises ping in a way to alert him. Okay, 10-4, got you. Okay, cool. All right. Shout out to Marcus Banks. He also said the way police do us is totally outrageous and despicable, yet they are continuing to get away with it. Yes, they are. They're gonna get away with it on this one. And as Johnson says, so true, Marcus. I feel like the police have forgotten they work for us. You know what? I got a theory about that. I think the agenda has changed. I think they no longer work for us. We just have not gotten the memo. I think they protect, and I think now they protect and serve the law, themselves, their best interests, the politics, the DA, when they want to have a winning record in court. I think those are the interests that they currently serve, if I'm being honest, because it doesn't feel like they're protecting and serving anybody at all.
Prosecution then got back up to prove Tyrone bit the officer, first showing.
All right. This is where he says he got bit. I don't know if y'all can see it in portrait mode, but if you look, it's just a little dot. It's not a bite mark at all. And it's so far up on his wrist, right? In order to puncture his skin that far up on his wrist, like just think about it, like my wrist, right? To go in that far in the bite to draw blood, my other teeth would have to connect with the skin. You would see a full bite mark. It wouldn't just all the teeth hit his skin and he bit you hard enough to draw blood, but it only left one dot with blood. Come on, it doesn't make sense. He's clearly lying. Clearly lying.
Pictures, then asking for a demonstration.
Would you open up your mouth and stick your wrist in your mouth?
Say again?
Could you open your mouth and stick your wrist in your mouth and then pull it out to the side? Did you just cut your arm?
Objection, Your Honor. This is extremely speculative and really doesn't.
Overruled. I just watched him do it. That's not speculation. He's demonstrating.
Officer, did you just cut your arm when you did that?
I did not.
At this.
Do you hear that? He told him to demonstrate in court, putting his own wrist in his mouth and running it across his teeth to see if it would leave a mark, to prove that that's not what happened during a fight. So obviously he was bitten, and the judge let them do that and says, no, that's not speculations, because he demonstrated what? He would have to be in a fight, in a tussle to demonstrate that. Of course, come on now. You know damn well if you in court, you ain't gonna run your arm hard enough across your teeth to leave no damn mark.
time, I do believe the state has presented sufficient evidence to
In the end, the judge found there was probable cause for the criminal case to move forward against Tyrone. The judge didn't give an explanation, but the ruling means Tyrone still faces felony charges of aggravated assault and resisting arrest.
Mr. McAlpin, this will conclude today's hearing. I'll have you stepped over to my bailiff just to sign for those release conditions, but good luck to you moving forward in your case.
Do you hear how he's talking? This evil man knows damn well those officers up there lying, knows damn well that he should throw that case out, and he's just going to go along with it. And then tell him, I wish you luck moving forward. I swear sometimes these people in law enforcement, they're worse than the criminals that they lock up and put away. That is crazy to me. And I just want you to think about the spirit behind these people. That same guy probably gonna go home, kiss his wife, hug his kids or hug his grandkids, and you don't sleep like a baby. He don't give a damn.
Again, Phoenix is not commenting on the arrest because they say it's under investigation. But this case is a sensitive one. We've learned the DOJ is now aware of the case. And it's important to remember that the arrest happened after the DOJ released its historic investigation into Phoenix PD. And the feds say they want to put the department under federal oversight. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Dave's investigation will continue next week. We're going to have.
Shout out to Mr. Marcus Banks. He says the agenda has changed. They are definitely here to protect the laws and to enforce the laws as they see it. 100% correct, man. 100% correct. That's just sad that something can happen like that, man. That your whole life can change, not because you broke the law, not because you did anything wrong, just by walking. And what do you expect somebody to do when the police just hop out on you like that? Anybody would protect themselves, but he didn't. He kind of braced himself for the hit, and you can see the officer swing at him, and he ducked his head, so the officer missed. One time I was young, and I was going to the movies, and I remember because I was young and I kind of always look young, I was probably like 22, 23 years old, but they had some high school kids out there fighting. And at that time, I looked like I could still be in high school. So I guess it was a fight out there, and the cops was breaking up everything. So I didn't notice at the time. I put this together afterwards. So I'm walking through the crowd, and somebody like pushed me in the chest. I didn't know it was an officer at the time. And so I like swatted his arm, like, hey, like, man, get your hands, And he said, I'm back. I didn't know what was going on. And it was another officer there and stuff. I said, hey, man, what are y'all doing? They're like, hey, y'all got to leave or something like that. I said, what are y'all doing? I said, y'all stopping people from going to the movies? And it was another officer that said, wait a minute, so you going to the movies? I said, yeah, like, what are y'all doing? And he said, okay, you can go in there, man. But I almost fought that officer. I didn't know. I wasn't thinking at the time that it was an officer. Truly wasn't. All I know is I'm walking through the crowd and somebody like pushes me in the chest. And I just naturally protect something that's invading my space, And he kind of did it with force, like a stiff arm, but like with the forearm and stuff like that. Let's see. I got another example right here. Another dumb cop. And this ain't like I'm just like totally against cops or anything. I have two uncles that are in law enforcement. I got another homeboy. He's he works for the prison system. He's on a what do they call, like a specialty team enforcement and stuff like that. Like they do investigations and stuff like that. So there's a lot of good law enforcement like this, man. But unfortunately, these people, I don't know. It's kind of like they all protect each other. So I don't even know if you can give any of them a pass, right? Because it's not like the good cops rat out the bad ones. So that's a whole nother conversation right there. Anywho, this is a guy who is they're trying to figure out if he has something to do with an incident that happened down the street. And while he's in the middle of talking to the officer, another officer comes behind him, body slams him so hard that he breaks his wrist or fractures it.
About suspicious activity, man.
Suspicious activity? Where about?
They say you got someone.
View that camera. What are you guys doing?
We're out here investigating suspicious activity,
Well,
sir.
I'm not doing anything. I've been around cameras, so I ain't been doing nothing.
All right.
And if you notice, what he was doing is without questioning, he's kind of sassy, right? So he's talking to the officer, but every time the officer asks him for something, he does it. So he immediately gives him his license, hands over his ID, no question. He communicates with the officer, tells him everything he's doing. I was at the store. My sister was Western Union me some money. I was in front of cameras the whole time. Pull the camera footage, you'll see. I have nothing to do with anything. Right now, you see an officer that stopped his car right over here, and he's walking towards them. He doesn't see a scuffle. He doesn't see anything. He sees the officer is holding a license in his hand. He's communicating with this guy, investigating him. Nothing's going on that he would need to be immediately arrested. They're not even, this guy here doesn't even, if you body slam the wrong guy, it means you're unsure of who the suspect is. So why would you even walk up and do that?
So what were you doing over there at the Walgreens?
Waiting up for Western Union. Call my sister right now. She's in Florida. You have a cell phone, call her. Don't
Call
talk to me
who?
like this. Call my sister in Florida. Don't do this. What are you doing? Oh my God! What are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back like you told. Put your
What
hands.
are you doing? Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, please.
Put your hands.
Doing this thing. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. You broke my wrist.
This guy, I had just got contact with him.
Now look at the look on his face. He's an idiot. And he does the like, oh my goodness, like face like, you're an idiot. Why would you walk up and do it? You wouldn't want nobody to do that to anybody in your family. You wouldn't want nobody to do it to you. You old as hell. You would think he has some damn wisdom, but he's just an idiot like anybody else.
I thought this was wrong with the warrant. No, that's why I was trying to. No, because there's two different people. That's why I was trying to figure out if I had missed something. He told him to put his hands behind his back.
I'm so confused. Wait.
Okay, so
He's not the one with the warrant?
No.
And then they go, oh, you mean to tell me he's not the guy with the warrant? It wouldn't matter if he was the guy with the warrant or not. Just because somebody has a warrant, you can have a warrant for any petty thing. You deserve to be body slammed to have your wrist broke. You didn't even try. Hey, let's get you to put your hands behind your back, handcuffed you. You have a warrant or something like that. And then see, there was no reason for that.
I was getting ready to put my hands behind my back. He forcefully picked me up. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm looking.
We're going to come in there. I guess if you want to cancel with him, you can. Or you want like your pocket. Here, put your pocket. He explained to you what was happening, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I heard the whole thing.
Okay. You don't want to wait for the EMS?
Mm-hmm.
No. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
I hope he's proud of himself, man. I hope he's really, really proud of himself. You body slam mental, because you can tell the guy got a mental thing going on. So I'm glad Big Bad Bully just body slams and breaks the risk of, frail buck, do probably well, buck, not even a $1.25, man. He's an idiot. Like, who does that? It wasn't no damn reason. Nothing was going on. Nothing's going on. It's almost as if he planned it. It looks like he practiced that body slam move at home. He just couldn't wait to use it on the job. That's what it looked like. Oh my God. This is insane. It's just sad. I say it again, man. It's crazy how you could be doing the right thing in life, not doing anything to anybody, and that quickly your life could change. And they got the right to do it. They don't even get in trouble. It's just, oops, my bad. Wrong guy. My bad. Yo, what's up, Mr. Marcus? You said I would tell the officer thank you for the free check. You just sent me on permanent vacation for life. Exactly. God, man. Who like they're just silly. Like, who wants to wrestle with somebody anyway? And then here's the thing. I excuse my language. He told the guy, let me pull this back up. He tells the guy to put his hands behind his back. Watch this. Where we at? Here we go.
What are you doing?
He says, put your hands behind your back.
Behind your back, like you told. Put your.
You mean to tell me that you bear hug a man from the back and you put your pelvis penis area firm against his butt? He's squeezing him hard as hell. Look at the arms. It's squeezing. You could tell it's squeezing him hard. His arms are squeezing into his stomach. His pelvis, is up against his butt. How are you supposed to put your hands behind your back anyway? How? Am I missing something? How? You lock his arms down to his side and press your pelvis against his behind. He ain't fighting. He ain't moving. He ain't scrambling or nothing. He might have liked it. And you say, put your hands behind your back. As if he could do that. They're idiots. They're the same people that shoot somebody. I seen cops shoot somebody, kill them, and tell the guy, put your hands behind your back. Roll over. Roll over. Put your hands behind your back. And then finally one officer says, oh, he's dead. This is how dumb they are. They shot a man, killed them. And you got this one dumb officer that was, put your hands behind your back. The man was dead. They got a problem. Like, if you dead, you better follow an order that they give you. This is how dumb they are. This is how dumb they are. The man was dead. I got one more video I'm going to play. And it's a little quick 2-minute clip, and it's just to let you know what's really out there and what you need to be safe from. My man Marcus Banks already saw this one, but this is for anybody who didn't see this. And this is the video this is the video I'm going to end with, because I'm about to get ready to go to bed. Honestly, I just want to jump on here and do this real quick. But this is why you just should not cry wolf. We got enough serious issues out here when it comes to the police officers, racial discrimination, excessive force, the conduct with police officers. We got enough serious issues that We don't need people faking and crying wolf and taking away from the real victims. And that's one thing I have, and I had that's a problem for me across the board with anything with people who cry wolf.
You gotta move. Ridiculous. This profanity-laced rant sent veteran Cincinnati police officer Rose Valentino to desk duty. On April 5th, she was pulling into the District 3 station to fill out a report when she noticed vehicles lined on the street to pick up students from school. She activated her lights and quickly became angry when they didn't move. Is she gonna just sit there? Body and dash camera video just released by CPD shows what happened next.
Dumb. Oh, I hate him so much. Oh, I hate this world.
After rolling up her cruiser's window, she uses the N-word. Valentino told investigators a black student gave her the finger, which led to her outburst. She was one of 4 officers profiled by WLWT and featured in a nationally televised reality show in 2011, Police Women of Cincinnati.
Never a dull moment. You go into every situation as if it's the first time, you've dealt with that sort of thing.
In Valentino's most recent performance review, dated after the rant, she was complimented as a hard worker who uses good judgment. A supervisor recommended she study for the promotion exam. In January 2019, this official reprimand says Valentino showed body cam footage from a homicide at the Glenway Pony Keg to family members while having dinner at the casino. In March 2020, she was arrested off duty. Her sister and brother-in-law accused her of pushing and hitting them with a closed fist and using an umbrella to repeatedly strike a vehicle. She pled guilty to disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and was ordered to attend an anger management assessment. 2 years later, she admitted she did not have control of her emotions here.
I hate it.
Valentino told internal investigations, "This is a hard job, and I was getting to a point where I was really being affected by it. I've been on for 14 years.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
And there you have it. Don't cry wolf. You don't need to. There are real wolves out there. Okay. You don't have to cry wolf. You don't have to pretend. There are really demons out there. There's really evil people out there that will mess you up and destroy your world and destroy your life. So never cry wolf, because best believe the real wolf is around the corner. And that is my message for you today. Shout out to the homies that came through, Mr. Marcus Banks and Mr. S. Johnson himself. I appreciate y'all coming through and rocking with me. All those that came through, appreciate the thumbs up. If you're watching this on the replay or live right now, feel free to thumbs up the video, share it with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will catch y'all later. S. Johnson and Mr. Marcus Banks. I'll definitely I'll see y'all later on this week, man. I'll probably try to do another one of them funny lives like we did this week with the people talking themselves into getting arrested, making the situation worse than what it needed to be, man. We had a great time with those body cam footage. I appreciate you all. With that being said, risky behavior. Where the camera at? Oh, peace, and I'm out.
Risky behavior.